Ricky Lubert was a 42-year-old devoted single dad with 2 young sons. When he was shot to death 15 years ago, at his home, in Missouri. To help figure out who pulled the trigger, veteran prosecutor Kelly Siegler and homicide investigator Steve Spingola joined forces with local law enforcement, in Cold Justice, airing Saturdays, at 8/7C on Oxygen. Their efforts alongside Sheriff Scott Lindsay, Chief Dep. Rowdy Douglas, and Dep. Sheriff Graham Applegate, each of the Texas County Sheriff's Office, led to significant results. Lubert's body was found on November 10, 2007, at his trailer, in Tyrone, reported the Houston Herald. He had last been seen, on November 7, at a local football game, which he left at around 7:45 p.m. It's believed he was fatally shot shortly after that. There were 2 bullet holes in the window of his trailer. One went completely through the trailer, while the other one passed through Ricky. The shots were fired from about 130 yards away, and came from a .30 caliber rifle. The type of weapon used often by deer hunters, according to Spingola. But this was no hunting accident, said Spingola. It was a cold-blooded assassination. The victim's only known enemies were his ex-girlfriend, Alice Madder, who he was in a heated custody battle with. Texas County officers said that Madder, who had a reputation for outspokenness, had stated publicly that she wished Lubert was dead. There was also her new husband, Tommy Wetzel, then 49, according to Siegler. On November 8, and on November 10, Madder made calls to the sheriff's office to report that Lubert typically missed appointments with his sons. Was she truly concerned? Or covering her tracks? Police have never believed that Alice was the one that actually pulled the trigger, but she may have had it done, said Spingola. Wetzel spent time in the military and was a deer hunter, so he was proficient with a rifle. He and the Madder began dating after she and Ricky separated in 2003, and married in 2005. Lubert and Wetzel disliked each other, and were said to have traded violent threats on the evening of November 7, when Lubert was allegedly enraged that Wetzel struck one of his children. Wetzel's alibi for the night of the crime: he was home watching TV and using his computer, he claimed. The big question, said Spingola, was whether Madder just hated her ex or if she planned on doing something about that. A court custody date was set for November 29, shortly before the murder. One of Lubert's former co-workers told investigators Lubert commented that Madder would control every situation, and had threatened him. Mark and Denise Quessenberry, other co-workers, told investigators that Wetzel made threatening comments about Lubert to them. Janice Woodmansey, another witness, recalled Madder making statements about wanting to get rid of Lubert. She hated him, she said. She didn't want him around the boys. Eric Devlin, a digital forensics expert, analyzed cell phone and computer usage by possible suspects. We don't know what time Ricky was killed, but we know that Alice and the boys got home from the football game around 9:30. And at that time Tommy was home, said Siegler. If that's true, and Tommy killed Ricky, then it likely happened before then. We knows that Ricky threatened Tommy on the phone around 6:30 p.m. And then Ricky showed up at the game around 7:30 p.m., added Siegler. But what happened after that? Devlin's digging helped create a clearer timeline. Madder called Lubert at 7:21 p.m. and 7:29 p.m. before calling Wetzel at 7:30 p.m., right when Lubert got to the game. She called Wetzel again at 7:43 p.m., just minutes before Lubert was last seen leaving the game, and called Wetzel yet another time at 8:11 p.m. At 8:38 Tommy Wetzel called Alice Madder from his cell phone to her cell phone, said Devlin. Investigators believe the window for the shooting was between 8:11 p.m. and 8:38 p.m. Maida's phone records also showed that she made phone calls to Lubbock after the football game. Although Wetzel said he was home using his TV and computer on the night of November 7, his records told a different story. Devlin's analysis showed that from 7:58 p.m. to 11 p.m. that night there was no computer activity. It also showed that the 8:38 p.m. call Wetzel made to Mada pinged from a phone tower near Lubbock's trailer. Mada and Wetzel, who separated years after the murder, were interviewed separately by investigators. Siegler and Douglas spoke with Mada, who said she knew that her comments about wanting her husband dead made her look bad. She denied any connection to the murder, and had no information about Wetzel's link to it. "Just so you know, he didn't tell me anything," she said. She also added a startling bit of new information when she arrived home. "And Wetzel was there, she smelled gunpowder. He said it was from target practice." When Spingola and Applegate spoke with Wetzel, he said he'd need to get a lawyer. Investigators reviewed the case, and concluded the evidence enabled them to clear Mada as a suspect, and pointed toward Wetzel. Texas County Sheriffs prepared to present the case to the prosecuting attorney to move it further. On June 29, 2022, the Texas County Sheriff's Department arrested Wetzel for the 2007 murder.